recently picked up the limited edition Blu-ray of the 1974 horror suspense film Impulse. Now, Impulse stars William Shatner, Captain Kirk himself, as a deranged gigolo. If that doesn't make you immediately want to watch this movie, well, I question your taste in movies. We open with an older couple making out on the couch. Now the guy is clearly drunk, and the lady is fully into it, until her son wanders out. So the creep suddenly turns violent, and wants her son to watch as he forces himself on the poor kid's mother. That's pretty messed up. So naturally, the kid defends his mom.
Oh, you crazy kid.
Flash forward years later, and that child has grown into the legendary William Shatner. Shatner plays Matt Stone, a sleazy con man gigolo and snappy dresser, who spends his days seducing rich women and murdering them when things turn sour. So he sets his sights on a single lady and her very annoying daughter, but complications ensue and Matt's murderous rage once again kicks in. Anyone familiar with my channel knows that I'm a die-hard Star Trek and William Shatner fan. After the cancellation of the original Star Trek back in 1969, and before the first Star Trek movie in 1979, Shatner kept very busy doing all kinds of low-budget projects, including a number of horror films. His 70s output is probably some of my favorite of the stuff he's done, and Impulse is right up there. There's just something about low-budget, independent films from the 70s that really appeals to me, and this one has that appeal. It's such a fun movie. The film was directed by B-movie extraordinaire William Griffey. He's done tons of films, and I really need to check out his rich filmography. Griffey's direction is solid, as well as the musical score and most of the performances. Even the cheesy ones are fun and only add to the B-movie charm. James Bond villain Harold Sakata plays the appropriately named Karate Pete.
Pour it yourself.
He has some really great scenes with Shatner, including one where he was actually almost killed on set. But the star here, and the man who elevates the film into B-movie greatness, is William Shatner. He does a fantastic job as the sleazy, murderous con man, and he's just so much fun here.
Where you going? Hey, watch it! What do you think you do? Own this place? You're fat. People like you ought to be ground up and made into dog food.
The climax takes place in a graveyard and creepy mortuary, and Shatner's unhinged and deranged performance really delivers. So any negatives? Well, the blood doesn't always look the best, but it's fine. I will say the movie is rated PG, but it really feels like an R rating. I was actually kind of shocked that it wasn't rated R, but I do think an R rating would have elevated things even more. There's a shot in the trailer where Shatner stomps on a woman's face before he kills her, and it sadly isn't in the movie, which makes me think they probably trimmed some of the violence down to get to that PG rating. It is unfortunate, but like I said, the movie does not feel like a PG film. There's still plenty of violence, and it's really well done. Grindhouse Releasing warns that the original camera negative was lost, so they were forced to use a 35mm release print for their restoration, which they restored in 4K. Honestly, it looks fantastic. Sure, there's grain and some print damage, but nothing that's distracting. In fact, it only adds to the Grindhouse feel and charm, and this is light years ahead of my old VHS copy from back in the day. The original mono soundtrack is included, and again, it sounds fantastic through my soundbar and subwoofer setup. I ordered the limited edition set, which includes some great stuff. First up, the cardboard slip has beautiful new art by Dave LeBeau. The cover insert includes this new art on one side and the original theatrical artwork on the other. An oil painting image, also by Dave LeBeau, is included inside, along with a little booklet with writing on the film. Now my copy, limited to just 2,000 units, includes an autographed photo of director William Griffey. I have number 100 out of 2,000. This 2-disc set is just bursting with special features. Disc 1 includes the film itself, an audio commentary with the director, Shatner commentary on a select scene, a making-of featurette, and a 2015 screening panel. It also includes 2 additional feature films, both directed by William Griffey. The second disc has tons of additional features, including in-depth interviews with William Griffey, interviews with crew members, a featurette on Shatner's career, filmmaking seminars, industrial films, 2 of which Shatner appears in, short films, photo galleries, and finally, a 63-minute panel with the man himself, William Shatner. It was recorded last year, and he talks about Impulse and 2 of his other 70s horror classics. So much information is included in these special features, and I think it's really cool that this movie was made for less than $250,000 and ended up grossing $4 million in theaters. I never knew this was such a successful film back in the day. Honestly, this is probably the release of the year as far as I'm concerned. Grindhouse Releasing has really hit it out of the park. This film is a fun B-movie classic, and the special features and extra movies and content make this an absolute must-own. Highly recommended.